morning! It's currently 7:52 a.m. on May 19th, and today I'm going to be filming a relatively chill and relaxed writing vlog. So, as always, I'm gonna drink my coffee and then I'm gonna get back to you and talk about what I want to get done today and where I am currently in my draft, because it's an interesting time. Hello! It's now 9:34. I think I've made it very clear in my past writing vlogs that I am working on draft 2 of the current novel that I'm working on. I feel like I've said that 1,000 different times. Last night, as I was getting into the shower, a title idea came into my mind and I can't stop thinking about it, and I think it may be the one, at least for now. I've had title ideas, but none of them have really felt right, but this is the first one that feels like it accurately represents what my story is and what I want it to be like perceived as by the title, because you know the title is a pretty big indicator of what the story is going to be like. I want the title to imply like the mystery element. It has the word missing in the title, but I'm not gonna say what the title is. I might change the title of my Google Doc that I'm writing my second draft in to draft 2, and then like in brackets like the title name that I have, or maybe change my Spotify playlist that I listen to all the time to my title idea instead of just whip 1, which is what I've been using to refer to this project for like the past 2 years. As of right now, my current total word count is 39,061, and if I write 1,000 words today, then I'll hit 40,000 words, which, oh my god, 40,000 words is halfway of my goal of 80,000. I didn't even plan for that. Wow, I did not think I was that close to hitting the halfway mark. However, I am not near the halfway mark of the story, so I'm already preparing to extend my goal total word count and the amount of time it's going to take for me to write this draft. I don't think I'm going to be done by the end of June, and I don't think it is going to be finished at 80,000 words. Honestly, I think it's going to be 100,000 and above, which is interesting because my first draft was 73,000 words. I feel like I'm still near the very beginning of the story. Like, I do not feel like I'm at the middle point at all. So, wow, that's interesting. I did not think, I don't know why, that just totally didn't occur to me. I've been trying to write like 1,000 words every day, but then there have been many days where I've written literally like 20 to 50 words, which at that point, I don't even know why I am sitting down to write and logging it on my pacemaker project, because at that point I'm just doing it to keep up my streak, which is at 48 days right now. I haven't stopped since I first started writing this on April 1st, which I don't like that. I know I probably should, but it makes me feel weird. It makes me feel like I'm only doing this to like keep a streak going or to like get my word count up. Like, I feel like my draft is slowly turning into that. I feel like I'm starting to get too caught up in trying to write a certain amount of words, trying to finish it by a certain time, trying to reach this certain point in my draft by this time. I want to try and reduce that feeling and instead feel like every time I sit down to write, I'm really writing my story and trying to get like more sucked into the world and really think about my book as a whole, because it's easy to get caught up in just finishing the scene or the chapter I'm working on if I'm trying to get a certain amount of words done. I think doing that every single day gets to a point where I get almost disconnected from the story, or at least the overall story, and I start to lose my direction, or I start to forget what I've, not forget, but I start to lose sight of what I've written in the past. And I think that that is affecting my writing, which is not too much of a concern for me because this is only my second draft and I'm pretty much treating it like a draft like 1.5 or something, because so many things have changed compared to my first draft. Like, there were so many extra things that are being added to the plot in this draft that are significantly better than whatever was going on in my first draft, because that was just, I don't know what was going on with that, because there was like no mystery. The reveal at the end was horribly done. The pacing was atrocious. It was, you could really tell that it was me just trying to get the words out, which I know is the point of a first draft, and it definitely helped me gain sight of where I want this second draft to go and where I want the story to go as a whole. I feel like I need to just try and gather my thoughts together, which is honestly what I find the most challenging about writing, is trying to view my story as a whole and try and figure out if I'm like doing certain things justice. Basically, I want to try and stop treating this as something where I need to get a certain amount of words done every day. I need to write every single day. I need to just keep on going even if it's not the best writing, or even if I'm not in the best headspace when I sit down to write. It's starting to feel a bit like a chore and just a task that I have to check off my daily to-do list. I don't want writing to feel like that. I feel like the solution might be to take a bit of a break from writing and trying to write new words, and instead focusing on figuring out where I want my story to go and create a really solid chapter by chapter outline, which I feel like I said in my past videos, and then I have not accomplished that because here I am almost at the middle of my word count goal, and not the middle of my story though, the beginning of my story. Not knowing exactly where my story is going, especially in like the later half. I know the ending, I know the climax, like the middle, maybe a bit closer to the end at like 75% or something. In case you can't tell, I probably need to do more research on like plot structure and stuff, but I am pretty much just writing this for fun at this point. I don't have any plans to publish it in the near future. I would love to have this story traditionally published as my debut novel, but as of right now, high school student, I do not want to become a published author because I can already picture myself as a grown adult wondering why I decided to publish the novel in which I wrote the first draft when I was 14 years old. I'm already looking forward to this draft being over and me being able to take a break from writing. Like, when I finished my first draft, it took me 5 months? 5 months to start writing again. That was not my intended plan. My intended plan was to like start writing, I think, my second draft in like December. And then I ended up starting to write it in April. But that's like totally fine. I think that that break was necessary for me to go into draft 2 with like a whole new lens, because there are so many things that are changing from my first draft, and my perspective of this story has changed so much and what I want it to be. I feel like my thoughts probably aren't making any sense, but it feels good to just talk about this project because I feel like I have been feeling a bit weird towards it recently. Like I said, it has begun to feel a bit like a chore or a task that I just have to do every day. It's beginning to lose that kind of creative outlet side, and it's slowly beginning to turn into something that feels much more rigid and organized than it needs to be. I think I do work well when I have like a set amount of words I want to write every day, or like tangible dates or numbers that I can look to, but I don't want to have to sacrifice the quality of this project or the quality of my mental well-being because I'm trying to hit these goals and milestones that, like I said, I don't have any reason to really need to achieve other than my own self. So I'm gonna get writing soon. I'm gonna try and actually figure out like where I want this scene to go that I'm writing, because it's kind of just like a jumbled mess. I'm not even sure if I like the scene that I'm writing right now. I think that what happens in the scene I'm currently writing has a big impact on where the story is going to go in the next few chapters. So I guess I'm rolling with it because I don't really feel like going back and changing anything, but I think it is good, the direction I'm going in. I think because I'm changing so many major elements in the second draft that weren't there in my first draft, I don't exactly know where I'm going with this mystery plot. Like I know where it's going and I know what the resolution's gonna be, but how we get there, it's kind of a mystery, which I'm enjoying actually. I'm enjoying it because I feel like I'm actually in the mind of my main character, not knowing where to start with the mystery. Like, I don't know how we're gonna get to the resolution that I want to get to, but I actually think that that's better, at least for my second draft. In my future drafts, I'm gonna need to know actually what happens and what's going on and more detailed stuff, but I do think it's quite helpful to not know exactly where we're going, like I said, because it really does put me in the mind of the main character, and it definitely makes the writing experience a bit interesting, but also a little bit stressful, because I feel like with a proper understanding of where things are going in the future, I can lay down more like foundational work, like clues and hints and stuff, which I already feel like I'm starting to do. Okay, I'm gonna start writing soon. It's now almost 11 and I haven't done any writing yet because I've been doing other stuff, but I'm okay with that because I know that when I get home from school, I'm gonna be able to write. I'm gonna go make my lunch, which is gonna be an English muffin with peanut butter and strawberries cut on it. And then I have to go to school, and school is all right, it's manageable. I'm home alone so I can talk as I make this. It feels weird being in my kitchen, talking to my camera. I really like filming writing vlogs because I really enjoy documenting the process of writing through a cohesive YouTube video because I feel like it helps me get my stuff sorted together if I actually talk about what I'm doing and where I am in my draft and stuff. Okay, I should probably cut my strawberries. I worry that some of my writing vlogs get too repetitive, so I'm kind of trying to find ways that I can make them interesting. It's a bit hard because really all writing is just sitting in front of a computer screen and typing away because I don't want to reveal too much about what's going down in my story. I have so many strawberries cut up in front of me. I think when I get home from school, I'm gonna make an iced matcha latte. I still haven't perfected making at-home iced coffee. I really haven't been drinking iced coffee or like cold brew at all, but I want to try and figure out how to make my own cold brew. Okay, this is what we're working with. I'm home now from school and I'm going to change into some sweatpants and then I'm going to make some matcha. I have made the matcha. I think I also might make popcorn because the thought of a bowl of homemade popcorn right now is so appealing to me. Even though my kitchen is an absolute mess right now, which is why I didn't film me making my matcha, I might just have to make a bowl of popcorn. It's 3:59. I've been home for like 30 minutes and I haven't been doing anything but going on my phone. I don't think I'm gonna start writing right away. Normally I don't. Normally when I come home from school, I just wanna chill for a bit. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Today is just a really typical day of my life. I made the popcorn. It is now 7:47 and I am sitting down to do my writing for the day. I'm just gonna get started and see where things go. My motivation to get this done is so that afterwards I can play some Valorant. I just remembered that if I write 1,000 words today, then I'm gonna hit 50%, like 40,000 total words. Okay, I have 350 words to go, so I'm gonna crank that out in 10 minutes, like a 10-minute timer. The chapter I'm writing right now has gone on forever, so I just know when I edit this, I'm gonna be like, what the hell was I thinking? I hope that this summer I'll have some time to work on my third book idea. I refer to it in my head as like Project 3 or Whip 3 because that is very inspired by the summer. It is set during the summertime, as is this one. Enough talking. Let's get writing again. I love the paragraph I'm writing right now so much, or just like what I'm describing here. I have now written 1,051 words today, and although I could probably write more and maybe I should write more and finish up this chapter because I'm really close to the end, I kind of just want to stop and have a bit of a chill night, even though I've already had a bit of a chill night because after I got home from school I didn't do anything that difficult. But I think I'm gonna call it a night in terms of my writing and in terms of filming this. Today I didn't feel like I was writing just to get words out. I feel like I was really doing some work developing Tristan's backstory and how the past has affected him and how him trying to decide what the next step is in his attempt to find out where his sister is. I think that in me talking today a lot about where I am in this draft, what's happening, blah 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 blah, it has made me more motivated to continue working on this and take my writing and really appreciate what I'm doing with this draft, and like the fact that, oh my god, I am writing a book, which still doesn't feel real to me. It's still weird to think about. That's everything. That's all I got. So thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.